6, 5, 3, 2, 1.
Space is an expensive endeavor. This year, the US government will spend $32 billion on NASA. And between 1962 and 1970, the US spent $175 billion on the Apollo program, when adjusted for inflation. So, because of this, it's reasonable to question why we're throwing all this money into space, forking it over to billionaires like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. Why are we sending our tax money to the rich when it could be reinvested in communities that need help across the country? This is the NASA Economic Impact Study. It's 3,700 pages of data detailing exactly how NASA money is spent and where it goes. What it shows is that NASA is a boost to the economy. NASA supports just over 340,000 jobs and has an estimated economic output of $71.2 billion per year. This means for every $1 million that NASA spends, an additional $7.2 million is produced in the economy. And this funding is spread throughout the country, even in states without NASA centers, such as Oregon. For every $1 million NASA spends in Oregon, it generates $13.5 million in economic output. This means that overall, NASA adds an additional $46.5 million of economic output to the state. And here's how that money is spent. NASA funding in Oregon supports many local businesses, leads to groundbreaking research, and protects us from wildfires and other natural disasters. Take ESS Incorporated, for example. By relying on NASA research from the 70s, they developed a large portable shipping container battery to store energy from unreliable sources like wind or solar for use when energy production is down. And this funding extends even closer to home. Osmotech Incorporated in Corvallis was contracted to develop a system to purify and reuse wastewater on the ISS. And their invention didn't just benefit humans in space. Osmotech transformed their technology into a commercial system installed around landfills to remove pollutants that leach from the ground into local streams and rivers. All of this goes to show that even though Oregon isn't known for its work on space exploration, NASA money in the state has led to inventions that benefit us both in space and on Earth, while supporting local jobs and local businesses in the local economy. NASA also stimulates research in the state. The Oregon Space Grant Consortium is a group of 15 universities and 4 museums which utilize NASA funding to conduct groundbreaking research. For example, researchers at Oregon State University, here in Corvallis, through NASA funding, track the habitats of blue, fin, humpback, and gray whales in order to reduce the impacts of human activities off the coast. And in addition to marine research, OSU also studies forests and how climate change will impact them. Working with NASA, researchers were able to accurately model how native animals are distributed throughout Oregon forests and document how our forests have degraded over time. Because of this research, we have been able to establish connective corridors between forests to allow animals to freely migrate, expanding their overall habitable territory. NASA-supported research in Oregon provides a direct benefit to our planet. So even though we are spending money on space exploration, its benefits are felt here at home. Heading east to central Oregon, you'll arrive at Moon Country. In the 1960s, the unique volcanic formations around Bend were used to teach the Apollo astronauts geology and fieldwork, while also getting them used to the challenging conditions on the surface of the moon. The astronauts trained at Hole in the Ground Crater, Fort Rock, Lava Butte, and Newberry Crater. The testing done here helped NASA to refine its suit design. The spacesuits at the time were prone to fogging, and because of that, astronaut Walter Cunningham tumbled into sharp lava while testing, damaging the suit. Because of this, NASA learned that they need to increase the astronaut visibility in the suit to reduce the potential for falls and injuries. All of the testing done in Central Oregon's Moon Country helped make the Apollo programs a resounding success. Spacesuit testing didn't end in the 60s and still continues today. NASA and Collins Aerospace are currently testing their new spacesuits for the Artemis program in Central Oregon as well. To prepare for the spacewalks at the lunar South Pole, Collins has been testing their spacesuit at the Painted Hills and the John Day Fossil Beds National Monument, which mimic lunar terrain. Beyond just exciting new research, NASA plays an important role in protecting us from natural disasters. One of the greatest threats to the Pacific Northwest is a potential earthquake and tsunami caused by the Cascadia subduction zone. Early detection of this is critical when tsunamis can reach shores within 15 to 30 minutes of an earthquake. NASA, in partnership with NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, has developed a new technology using GPS which can predict tsunamis within 5 minutes of an earthquake. And this technology has the potential to save countless lives here in the Pacific Northwest and across the world. The climate crisis is another critical threat to our planet, and with climate change, extreme weather events are becoming increasingly common, and this is directly felt here in the Pacific Northwest. Extreme summer temperatures are a frequent occurrence, resulting in severe wildfire seasons. And NASA records weather, climate, and environmental data in order to understand and mitigate climate change. And this data is critical for science studying the climate and for agencies making decisions regarding things like firefighting or public health. Revisiting the question posed at the beginning of this video, is NASA worth it? It is obvious that yes, spending taxpayers' money on NASA is worth it. NASA supports businesses, critical scientific research, innovation, and public safety, all for about half a cent of each tax dollar. While NASA is best known for studying outer space, what makes NASA truly valuable is the benefits the agency provides here, on Earth.